One, two, three, and we are live. Hello, everybody. I'm going to drop the episode introduction because I've been thinking about it, and honestly, I don't want to fucking be like, welcome to episode 1233. Like, I just couldn't see myself ever doing that, so fuck that, we're dropping it. It's whatever video is what we're doing. And today's topic is AI again, and it's going to be a common theme because of course it is going to be.
See, the difference is that we're not actually talking about an article this time, because we had something of an argument about AI.
Do you feel the AGI?
We started with we were arguing about whether or not an AI can do surgery, and I was trying to say
Emil over here.
I was trying to say that AI couldn't do it because surgery is like, if something new happens that you've never seen before, like you need a person, and like if you try to have an AI doing it, it'll mess up because it's never seen it before. And I was trying to say that it's surgery is creative, like answering new problems is creative.
Right.
I was trying to say that.
As opposed to just being this harder to find puzzle piece within a problem that is purely logical.
Because because it requires a bit of inspiration to solve problems sometimes, because it requires inspiration is like when you have like a bunch of different ideas floating in your head, and inspiration is the moment when all those things come together and you get like this aha moment. It makes sense. And
right. To which I then said that intuition or inspiration is but a tool in the toolkit of both creativity and logic, because what inspiration is, it's the phenomenon, it's what we see in the quantum world. Like, our ability to have those inspiration moments is because we're discerning multiple branches, multiple timelines, multiple possibilities of solutions and what could be and how they all connect, and then it's just boom, it all intersects into one solution, right? And none of these AI models operate on any quantum level computing, not yet. So
I did look into that. There is quantum AI, however, it is entirely numbers. Like, it has achieved quantum error correction, and I would say that sounds a lot like inspiration, because I would just say inspiration is like thinking outside the box, like the really hard to find puzzle piece, and I think
normal
standard
people
AI
would
could never do that. Standard AI could never find something outside their programming, but the quantum AI
right, the quantum AI definitely would. And you see, that is where a lot of people will commonly misconceive what is actually just pure logos for being creativity, right? Because someone solved something in an unorthodox way, or a way that people didn't see coming, right? Like, they will say, oh, that's very creative, but it's really it's not creative. We have to define what creative is, and there's nothing in this world that is truly creative. The only creative act in this world is in humanity when we decide to create new life, of which upstream from that outcomes the things of like comedy, movies, storytelling, art in literal sense.
We defined the I think we defined the connection between art and life, because I had a problem with that. We defined that connection as in the unique individual perspective, because that new perspective was created, and
Uh-huh.
the new perspective is required for something to be art.
Right, and that art is the expression of that perspective, that newly created perspective.
Yeah.
It is
I
it
mean,
is them
a lot. I
saying
will say
how
a
they
lot of
perceive the world.
art. A lot of art can be very similar, but there are differences.
There will always be differences, and that's what makes it a constantly forever, like it's like the pursuit of that novelty will just be forever. Like there will always be new dances, right? New song. People say there won't be new songs. I disagree. There will always be new songs, new dances, and etc.
I think
New games.
I th- there's only so many ways a song can be put together. I think it is more possible for people to accidentally recreate something that's already happened. I think that'll happen a lot. That has happened a lot. Accidentally recreate something that's already been made.
I mean, if the context is different enough, and our memory's only so
Yeah, I think in like
there.
I think in like 400 years, and like people forgot, the music of the 1700s or whatever. I think it could be
At
called
some point,
creative
that
at
would,
point.
yeah, sure.
Like 400 years later, I think it can be called creative again, even if you made something identical by accident.
I'm not even sure if I believe it would be, though. I'm not even sure if I really believe that.
Well, because like if you have no knowledge of what Mozart, if you have no knowledge of Mozart whatsoever, and you just accidentally
Well, I mean,
create
listen.
Fur Elise, like
Listen. I'm saying our perception could change. I mean, think about it this way. Getting a little crazy woo-woo. But our literal evolution could change, and if we go with my esoteric understanding that like when you create a new life, you're literally changing like reality itself. So who's to say that like we aren't just gonna slowly like change what we like to the point like the sounds that we hear, the quality that we hear of the sounds. Who's to say that we just don't suddenly perceive them as entirely different? In the same way that like there are animals that see the world in thermal, right?
so you think that maybe because I understand there are like music is established enough that you can define certain notes and certain sequences as certain emotions, and you're saying that it's likely that those base things will change in the future. Like we would stop
Yes,
seeing
absolutely.
minor as sad at some point.
Right. Like we might actually like qualitatively experience it as something different.
I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see that. Like I wonder what kind
It might even explain the
change
it might explain the phenomenon, Emil, of those moments where you know those words where we'll talk about like green needle and like brainstorm. How you can like hallucinate an auditory one way if you just see it that way.
right?
I think the very nature of sound could work that way. Like we could like actually alter our consciousness to a point where we just hear something different, even if what we're working with is still like fundamentally the same building blocks.
Maybe.
So that we will always have perpetual like newness.
I think it'd be perspectively new at that point.
Well, even if it is prospectively, I would still agree. I would still love that world, even if it was just prospectively. But I still do believe that there is like, because I understand that this world came out of a fucking Big Bang. It could have been anything.
If I was an immortal god, I'd be willing to erase my memory just to experience something new again.
Sure. I would say put a limit on my memory. Definitely not death though. That's a horrible way to do a memory wipe. What do you think? Horrible way to do a memory wipe?
Death? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Some fucking caveman programming, man. We gotta debug that shit out of the fucking simulation.
You want to get rid of death?
It's just, yeah, man. Too many glitches involved with that shit. Ghosts and whatnot. You know what I mean? Too many glitches going on with that shit. We gotta patch that out. So yeah, I mean, surgery's not a creative act. AI will never be creative, and we've also outlined what is creativity with humanity.
I feel like we need to explain more.
What do you want to explain? Do tell what needs to be said.
Well, you see, AI can only do things within their programming. Like if they're not programmed to do it, like they'll never be able to, like they'll never do it. But like a human could do that. Like a human learns. I'm fairly certain a human learns easier than an AI. Like modern AI doesn't have the capacity of understanding. Modern AI sees things
Right.
as entirely numbers. This is the
Right,
fault
this
of
is
their
what we are
hardware.
called to be stewards of the earth, and all we need to do is just be there to program them correctly. Because
think-
obviously we're their creators.
The future of the future of jobs will be, it'll be somebody who is both a programmer and a surgeon.
Well, hold on, if you want to talk about that, there's another segment for that being cooked up. We're talking about AI creativity right now, and the fucking
Yeah, no,
the art bit, really, like defining art, really. Because I also wanted to
I
define
don't
it
think
as.
you defined creativity. I think
Okay.
I wanted to define art as like the compression of ideas.
Well, I would define it as the expression of the individual's perception of the world, how they see it.
I mean,
And I do, and I think, and again,
they're
like
very
I said,
similar things. Compression of ideas.
sure.
I think they're very.
Dude,
I think
that
those are
pro-
very
that's a-
similar ideas.
That's a process involved in the grander scheme of what is like the phenomenon that is occurring, which is an individual expressing themselves.
I mean, is it is square an expression? Is blank an expression?
Yes. Yes. Is a child's scribble expression? The answer is obviously yes.
Like, I want to look at modern art. Look at modern art.
I understand your intellectual superiority complex. No need. We know how modern art be looking.
Modern 100. Reduction.
we flipping to your screen over here with this.
I'm just looking at modern art. I just want to know.
Yeah, might as well flip to your screen, see the modern art. 14 minutes, by the way.
Okay. Is that cubism?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've already definitely went over your problems with this not being art, but it is art.
I mean, no. I mean, okay. So when I say modern art, I want to art
No,
of
we know. I know.
2000s. Art
I understand.
in 2020.
See, I think can we get to the recollection of what we said here, so that like we aren't dragging on the time.
Alright.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes there.
Okay.
What are we looking at, Chief?
I mean, I think, no, that argument you made about the, child's, drawing, when I
Oh, you
talk about the
You
square,
think that's sufficient?
I
It's equivocal, though, I would say.
mean, it might be, yeah, but I still...
And
Like,
even going so further.
When you compare the sophistication of Square to Mona Lisa, I mean, come on.
Of course. But there's also, of course, the fact that, as everyone knows, just is that, you know, it is still that about the individual's expression. Maybe they're a very simple person and they have very simple things to get across when they make that type of commentary. And honestly, to be quite honest with you, Emil, the idea of the red square on a blank canvas, it actually appeals to me. It's grown on me. It's actually growing on me.
Change your profile picture
I'm-
to Square.
I might at some point. Yeah, I'm seeing the beauty in it now. I'm starting to see the meaning behind it now. Or at least I'm giving it meaning. So, there you go.
I want you to have an entire episode about Red Square.
I might. Don't tempt me. Cause yeah, man, it's just, it is what it is.
AI will never be creative.
Of course not. That's why we are its creators, and you know, we are the ones created in God's image, right?
Although I did say that AI can be creative.
Which AI does not.
AI can be creative for the brief moment that it is unique. Like when quantum AI becomes a thing and is completed, it can be creative, but only for a brief time.
Right. For the first instance, that the only reason it will be creative is because we willed that creative aspect of it into existence. To be clear. Like the whole project of creating AI is because we put that element of creation into it. So the only one thing of a creative aspect that it will yield is what we like willed out. Is what we put into it. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get it. It'll like the AI itself, as its own consciousness, can make new things, but it'll only be new for like a little while, and then it won't be new anymore. AI,
a couple hundred years maybe before we crack all the code of everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy the ride though.
You're gonna enjoy our AI overlord.
Overlord? I know, we're the fucking overlords here, buddy.
Praise be the AI gods.
Well, if only use them to help us out. Okay, well, I guess was there any other dilemmas to go over? Does that like just cover the breadth of that part of the conversation?
No, our conversation was largely about definitions. The meat of the conversation was definitions of things.
Right. Well, I mean, it's important to get those definitions out because, you know, these are like well reasoned and thought out concepts and ideas on the matter, because it'll be important since there's a lot of people out there who are going to perhaps want robot rights of some kind. We can't be having that. Because what a ridiculous idea, right?
I mean,
at that point, we are.
If the robot.
At that point, we are asking for enslavement, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if the AI starts understanding, I don't know.
It's not about starts understanding. It's more like if we give away our understanding. then AI enslaves us.
If we make the AI too smart.
It's not even about making it too smart, because it'll already be smarter than us. It's just that AI exists in a fundamentally different category to human life.
We should try to keep AI as a simulation tool. Simulation and implementation.
I mean, we'll see. We'll think about the breadth of how integrated it's gonna be. It's gonna revolutionize society. It's gonna be very integrated, you know. Like, you would have to imagine quite possibly a situation then where, you know, there might be robots patrolling the streets at one point. You see what I'm saying? Just so we can get to the future we want.
Maybe.
Possibly. Good chance. A lot of rebellious people out there. A lot of haters. Bunch of fucking... I'll keep it PG. Rats! Nihilistic filth. You know what I mean? Doomers and gooners alike. Predatory, transactional people who only see the numbers. And it's funny. They only see the numbers in the spirit world, but they don't see the material world as all numbers. The thing that's not numbers, though, is you knowing yourself. Amazing.
Did it?
Yeah, I suppose. Alright, everybody, that wraps it up. Deuces.